Sometimes in order to execute macro commands, we need to apply certain logic to the macro code or set some conditions. We have special statements here for that. In order to look at those statements, I'm going to add some variables and assign values to them. And let's value of the variable 3 be the sum of the values of variable 1 and variable 2. We can use Control space key to drop and then Tab key to select those variables. Control space and Tab. And let's add one more variable. Now suppose we want to separate part of the macro code under the condition that value of the variable 3 is greater than 100. We can use if conditional statement for that. So I'm going to double click on it. You can drag it to the macro text as well. As we can see here, this part of the macro code has been prepared by the system, which said that if I equals 1, then this command should be executed and this statement ends here. Now I'm going to specify our condition. If variable 1 greater than 100, then this command should be executed, and I'm gonna assign the value 0 to the variable 5. As we can see here, value of the variable 1 is greater than 100, so our condition is met. And if we run the macro code using F8 key, we'll see that this statement is executed. We can also put a variable 3 here as well, which is the value of the variable 1 and 2. So value of the variable 3 is 124. So our condition is met here as well. But what if our condition doesn't pass if I change this value so that the value of the variable 3 is 4 now and our condition doesn't work? Now if we run the macro code, we'll see that it keeps the value of the variable 5. And we can put more than one condition in this statement as well. For example, if variable 3 is greater than 100 and variable 2 equals 1, or let's use parentheses, variable 3 equals 100 and variable 1 not equal, let's say 5. We can design such complex logic and execute macro code in this way. We can also add many commands inside this statement with its values, expressions, and so on. On top of that, we can paste additional if statements into this so-called body of the statement, like this or this, and apply logic to create macro code we need. But if we want something to happen, if our if statement fails, we have another conditional statement here, if else statement. Let's double click on it and write a condition if, for example, some variable is greater than this value, then this part of the statement should be executed. If it's not, then something else. Now let's run macro by using F8 key and look at how it will work. As we can see here, value of the variable 3 is not greater than 100, so it falls under else condition, and this part has been executed. And there is more complicated statement here, else if statement. We can see several conditions inside this statement. We can write here, for example, if variable 3 is greater than 100, then this part should be executed. If it equals 100, then another one, and otherwise something else. We can paste such else if statement as many times as we need. And right here, for example, if variable 3 equals 101, 102 here. Or we can set more complex condition as well. We can write here and a variable 1 is equal to something, and so on. We can make this condition even more complicated and run macro code. And one more type of complex conditional statement is select case statement, which operates on equal sign mechanism. For example, we can write here when variable 3 equals 100, then this part of the statement going to be executed. When it equals 101, then another part, and otherwise something else. We can repeat, for example, this portion and right here 102, and so on. In other words, this statement operates like if statement. As we can see here, value of the variable 3 is 4, so neither of these statements is true. So if we run this macro, we can see that it falls under case else category, and this part has been executed. One more detail, we can use not only numeric values when we are writing conditions, but string values as well. For example, let's assign string value to the variable 3. Let's say ABC, and set a condition if variable 3 is equal to ABC, then this statement should be executed. So if we run macro, we'll see that this is true. But if we change condition and write here if variable 3 is not equal to ABC, then macro execution will skip this part And we can use Boolean type true or false logic here as well. For example, let's assign value true to the variable 6 and set a condition. If variable 6 equals true, then this statement should be executed. Let's run. And as we can see, this logic works in this case.